सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यस्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं नमस्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चितामतिः। Page 54, topic 91. स च संस्कारो बन्धाध्यासोऽपि घटते अहङ्कारादिनिखिल अनात्मवस्तुजातम् निखिल अनात्मवस्तुजातं तज्ज्ञानं च बन्ध इत्युच्यते इदं च प्रत्यगात्मविलक्षणं बन्धरूपम् अनात्मवस्तुजातं रज्जुसर्प स्वप्न ऐन्द्रजालादिवत् यदा प्रतीयते तदा एव अस्ति अप्रतीतिदशायां तस्य सत्ता नास्ति एव इति वेदान्तसिद्धान्तः। Nischaladaasa has refuted the Purvapakshi who objected the adhyasa is not possible because of samagri abhava, he said. The first samagri, first factor, samagri means factor. The first factor, Purvapakshi asked, Purva Anubhava Samskara is required for Adhyasa. If there is no Purva Anubhava experience and its Samskara, that is Vasana or impression, Adhyasa cannot happen. For that Nischaladaasa has answered, Purva Anubhava is possible, Samskara is also possible, Adhyasa can happen. Then Purvapakshi said, Purva Anubhava, that object must be real, then only that Adhyasa can happen. According to you, the Vedantin, whole prapancham is mithya, there is no real vastu at all. How can Adhyasa can happen? How is it possible? According to you, the Siddhanti, Vedantin, everything is mithya, everything is anatma, asatyam. How can, without real object, anubhava can happen? Without real object experience, how can superimposition, adhyasa, can happen? Therefore, it cannot happen. For that, what Nischala said, Satya Vastu is not required for adhyasa, superimposition. Unreal experience, unreal object experience also is sufficient for adhyasa. Mithya Vastu also can generate samskara. That Mithya Vastu generated samskara can generate adhyasa, can produce adhyasa, can cause adhyasa. Like rope snake, like magicians, magic, it is possible. Then that also he said that vastu must be there at the time of adhyasa, he said. For that Nischala said, vastu need not be there immediate to adhyasa. Samskara itself is sufficient. For that he gave Swarga example. After long time he is getting Swarga phalam. Like that here also, Punya continues, Punya Papa continues in that person after death also, in Srishti, dissolves, in Pralaya also it goes into Karana Shariram. That Punya continues that person to go to Swarga. Karya Avyavahita Purva Karana Anuvritti is there. Vartate. So that example he elaborately given. Elaborately he has given. Then later, last class point, Sajatiya, that vritti alone should be there. Rope anubhava, rope vritti, samskara. Shell anubhava, silver anubhava, silver vritti, sajatiyam. That connected same thought should be there, samskara, not any other object. That sajatiya vritti should continue. That is also same object, same samskara. Not one object experience, another samskara. That cannot generate cause for adhyasa. So, up to here we saw, then he entered into new topic, a side topic. I introduced in the last class, and first, before going to that subject, I am very, very sorry. First, last class I took 1.5 hours, it seems. One student, after 2-3 days, with lot of hesitation, that student asked me, not able to ask me, Swamini, you took class 1.5 hours. I do not know how it happened. Class is only 6 to 7. But I took the class in the last Saturday, 6 to 7:30. And 3 minutes extra also, it seems. Even none of the students showed any sign or clue. Time is up, time is over. Every one of you are with so much interest, you are listening. Even I didn't get even an iota of idea time. I didn't see what happened. I am thinking Tuesday class is 6:30 to 7:30. Maybe that might have entered in my mind. That time, June, no? That time might have entered in my mind. I do not know. But it is my mistake only. 1.5 hours taking class. So anyhow, I am very sorry for that. First time it has happened in my 20 years of experience. I never took like that class. Maybe because of your attention in the class. Anyhow, now onwards I will be very careful. Okay, today I won't take that much time. Only 1 hour class. Okay. Now, the next topic I introduced in the last class. This heading I read and 3-4 lines I read. Sacha samskaraha bandhadhyasopi ghatate. Afterwards 3 lines we read. Before going to this aside topic, I used a word in the last class, drishti srishti vada. Drishti srishti vada. What is this vada? This vada comes elaborately in the 6th chapter of this Vicharasagara. There he is going to elaborate this topic. Now today I will give you the general introduction to this topic, very, very advanced subject, because that context has come, therefore I have to introduce that topic. Drishti Srishti Vada, connected to that only the whole paragraph. Therefore, after giving general introduction only, I can enter the exact meaning of these lines. First of all, we should know the basic issue in Vedanta. We discuss Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha Anena Vedyam Tat Shastram Iti Vedānta Dindimaha is the verse. It comes in Brahma Jnanavali Mala, written by Adi Shankaracharya. Main issue in the Shastra, basic issue that is discussed is Brahman is real, Jagat, the Prapancha, the world is unreal. This Jivatma, I the individual, am Paramatma alone. This is the basic issue discussed in Vedanta. To get Atma Jnana, to get Moksha, these 3 statements are enough. Brahma Satyam, first statement. Jagan Mithya, second statement. Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, third statement. Over Vedanta. The entire teaching of Vedanta is based on these 3 statements. Shankaracharya focused on these statements. Shankaracharya never write or never show any significance for this Drishti Srishti Vada. In the whole Prasthanatrayam of his Bhashyam, either Gita Bhashyam or Upaniṣad Bhashyam or Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, he never touched this point of Drishti Srishti Vada. Then how this Vada argument has come? After Shankaracharya, post Shankara Advaitins, the Advaita scholars, philosophers, after Shankaracharya, they have to answer to many systems of philosophers, the Purapakshis. So all those post-Shankara Advaita philosophers only, they are all Advaita, our philosophers only, Advaita philosophers. After Shankaracharya, what they did, they want to defend Advaita, they want to make Advaita so firm, and this is the only teaching, this is the correct teaching. They want to establish that. So they want to give answer to those Purapakshis, many systems of philosophers who talk about raise many questions regarding many views or subject points connected to that. One of the subjects discussed by the many ācaryas is mithya. What is adhyasa? What is mithya? Error, superimposition. Superimposition or error, every acharya accept. Adhyasa, all acharyas accept adhyasa and mithya. These are all accepted by them. But this error, superimposition, is discussed or elaborately analyzed by many acharyas about error, false, error, superimposition, misconception or mistake. About that, lot of analysis. What is that analysis? Now let us come to know that, we all know that already we saw there are three orders of reality. Paramārthika Satyam, absolute reality. Vyavaharika Satyam, relative order of reality. Pratibhasika Satyam, projected reality. Three orders of reality I introduced many times. Atma comes under Paramārthika Satyam. Jagrat Prapancha comes under Vyavaharika Satyam. Swapna comes under Pratibhasika Satyam. These are all very familiar to all of you. Now, this mithya or adhyasa, what we are talking, error, superimposition, false knowledge. Rope snake knowledge is false knowledge, superimposition. Swapna also is a projection of the mind. Swapna also unreal. Rope snake also unreal. Marriage water also unreal. These are all examples for adhyasa. That adhyasa is mithya, unreal. These are all familiar for us. Now let us come to Jagrat Prapancha Anubhava, Swapna Prapancha Anubhava. Let us keep Paramārthika Satyam Atma aside. Now Jagrat Prapancha Anubhava in Jagrat Avastha. Now you are all in Ucha Avastha, Jagrat Avastha. What you are seeing, what Prapancha you are seeing, Jagrat Prapancha you are seeing. Because you are in Jagrat Avastha, therefore you are seeing Jagrat Prapancha, waking world. You are the waker. The waker experience the waking world, number one. And we have understood this is Vyavaharika Satyam. And dream, Swapna Avastha, dream state. In dream, I experience dream world. Swapna Prapancha. Swapna Prapancha is experienced by me in Swapna, in the dream. It is Pratibhasika Satyam, projected by my mind. Between these two, which one is more real? Once the question is asked, normally, generally we give the answer, Vyavaharika Jagrat Prapancha is real than Swapna. Because Swapna is unreal, the dream objects are not continuing and they are not appearing to me, therefore they are all unreal. And we say this Jagrat Prapancha is real, continues. Next week also we remember that you have taken 1.5 hour class in the last Saturday class. We remember that it continues, that vritti. That knowledge continues, the same paper page number continues, class place continues. Therefore it is different. Jagrat Avastha, Jagrat Prapancha is different. Swapna prapancha, swapnavastha is different. This is the statement all of us do. Clear? Now, if you see this, Swapna prapancha is different, Jagrata prapancha is different because it continues. Same relation, people, family, all are continuing. Therefore, this is real, Vyavaharika Satyam. We have categorized into three. One is Paramārthika Satyam, one is Vyavaharika Satyam, another is Pratibhasika Satyam. Three-tiered policy. Three-tiered policy. Three-tier. Now, this is called Trividha Sattavada. Trividha Sattavada. Trividha means three. Paramārthika Satta, Vyavaharika Satta. Satta means existence. That which exists absolutely, that which exists relatively, Vyavaharika Satta. That which exists projected by superimposition, that is Pratibhasika Satta. Trividha Sattavada. This is what we have understood. Now, the Swapna is a superimposition. We are all telling the Pratibhasika. The Praudha Vada, Drishti Shrishti Vada is a Praudha Vada. It is only for advanced seekers. Shankaracharya never touched that. It is not useful for empirical, for worldly anubhava, prapancha practically it is not very much useful. Therefore, even Dayānanda Swamini also never show much significance to that Drishti Srishti Vada. It is a Praudha Vada. But Nischala Dasa comes under Drishti Srishti Vada, he gives Pradhana. This Vicharasagara comes under a Praudha Grantha. It is a Praudha Grantha. Because Nischala Dasa came after Shankaracharya. So Nischala Dasa Grantha, Nischala Dasa comes under post Shankara Advaita only. Therefore, Nischala Dasa is discussing about Drishti Srishti Vada. What is Drishti Srishti actually? Drishti Srishti Vada is one type of Vada where it exists. I see, therefore, because it exists. I see, therefore it exists. The two types of statements come. Drishti Srishti, Srishti Drishti. Swapna Prapancha and Jagrat Prapancha. Swapna Prapancha is real or Swapna Prapancha is superior or Jagrat Prapancha is superior. Normally what we say? Jagrat Prapancha only superior, Swapna Prapancha is inferior. This is what we say. In this Swapna Prapancha and Jagrat Prapancha, which one is more real? No, Jagrat Prapancha is more real. But what we say, Swapna Prapancha, let us take, Swapna Prapancha is called Drishti Srishti Vada. According to Trividha Satta, Swapna Prapancha is Drishti Srishti Vada. It exists because I see. Swapna exists because I experience that Swapna. Swapna exists because I see those dream objects or dream world. So this is one argument. Drishti Srishti Vada. It exists because I see. Then Jagrat Prapancha is called Srishti Drishti Vada. Jagrat Prapancha is Srishti Drishti Vada. What mean by Srishti Drishti? I see because it exists. I see because it exists. I am seeing the world, Jagrat Prapancha. Why I am seeing? Because it exists, therefore I am seeing. This is called Srishti Drishti. I see because it exists. What about Swapna? It exists because I see it. It exists, that Swapna, because I see. Because I see. It exists because I see it. So, Drishti Srishti, Srishti Drishti. కొంచెం బిగినింగ్లో కన్ఫ్యూషన్ ఆயிருக்கும். If you go on listening, you will get a clarity. This is not required for moksha. Okay. What is required for moksha is Atma Satyam, Anatma Mithya, Chaitanyam Jadam. If you understand, Atma is real, Atma is Chaitanya Swarupam, that Atma Chaitanyam is I, myself. Other than I, the Chaitanyam, whatever is there, Anatma, it is Jadam, it is body-mind complex. I am Brahman, Atma, world is Anatma, Mithya, Jadam. If you understand this, you will get moksha. Drishti Srishti Vada Jnana is not required. So, but those who are interested in, those who are having intellectual curiosity to know, we can just study this subject. Very interesting. My favorite topic also. I love this topic, Drishti Srishti Vada. Now let us see. Now we are entering Drishti Srishti Vada. It exists, Swapna, it exists because I see. I projected the Swapna. Jagrata Prapancha, it exists because I see because it exists, Jagrata Prapancha. We are all giving Jagrata Prapancha ki Vyavaharika Satta, but Nischala Dasa don't want to give Vyavaharika Satta status at all. Nischala Dasa doesn't want to give Vyavaharika Satta status for this Jagrat Prapancha. Because you said it continues, dream won't continue, dream objects won't continue, therefore this is superior than dream world. This is the clause, this is the reason you have given. You means people generally. Clear? We give that. But what Nischala Dasa says in this Drishti Srishti Vada, Vyavaharika Satta is also some superior type of Pratibhasika Satyam only. Even superior and not all matter. Pratibhasika Satyam only. This is also very difficult to accept. But you require lot of intellectual. It is a great challenge to accept that because very difficult. He takes Swapna and Jagrat. Both are under one reality. What is that reality? He is not elevating Swapna to Jagrat Vyavaharika Satta. He is bringing down the Vyavaharika Satta, Jagrat Anubhava to Pratibhasika Satta. What will happen if we take out the Vyavaharika Satta? The Gaudapada Acharya talks about that only. Drishti Srishti Vada in Mandukya Karika. So what he says, Pratibhasika Satta, dream, you are telling, projected reality. It is mithya. It is superimposed, projected by mind. But you cannot say the Jagrata Prapancha is projected by the mind. Therefore, you cannot take this Jagrata Prapancha into Pratibhasika Satyam. For that, Shastra, Vedānta, all post Shankaracharyas say, ācaryas says, even though this Jagrata Prapancha is not projected by the mind, it is projected by Moola Vidya because of self-ignorance only. Jagrata Prapancha, even though it is not projected by the individual mind like dream, our dream is projected by our own mind. Can you say this Jagrata Prapancha also projected by my mind, individual mind? You cannot say. Because many people are seeing. Dream you only see. Your dream you alone can see. That's why your mind projection. But Jagrata Prapancha is not projected by the mind. How can you take out this to Pratibhasika Satyam? This world also. For that, what we have to say, Vedanta says, even though it is not projected by the mind, it is projected by Moola Vidya, self-ignorance. What you are seeing the world, that is not real, it is a projection just like another dream, projected by your own self-ignorance, Moola Vidya. So Trividha Satta has become Dvividha Satta now. No Vyavaharika Satta. There is no relative order of reality. According to this Drishti Srishtivada, the Vyavaharika Prapancha also is another type of dream. Fake only, unreal only, false only. Then what happens? Three Satta, three order of reality, Trividha Satta has become Dvividha Satta. TSV and DSV. TSV and Trividha Satta Vada. TSV. Otherwise you have to write a long name. TSV. Not TVS. Okay. TSV. Trividha Sattavada. What is Trividha Sattavada? Paramarthika Satyam, Vyavaharika Satyam, Paratibhasika Satyam. Paramarthika Satya Atman, Vyavaharika Satya Jagrata Prapancha, Pratibhasika Satya Swapna Prapancha. This is very nice to listen. Post Shankaracharyas Praudavada, they say, no, we don't want to accept Trividha Satta. Only there are two Satta, Paramarthika Satta and Pratibhasika Satta. No Vyavaharika Satta. How difficult it is. But that is the truth. Gaudapadacharya also wrote for them only. Now, two Sattas are there. Dvividha Sattavada. Between Swapna is also a projection, misconception. Because you, the waker, lose your wakerhood. Because of Nidra, you have projected the dream. Because of self-ignorance, you have projected the world. According to Nischala, two fake ones, two unreal ones are there now. What are they? Swapna and Jagrata. Swapna Prapancha is also unreal. Jagrata Prapancha is also unreal. Now he has arrived at two Sattavada. Dvividha Sattavada. Now, that is misconception, superimposition. Mind superimpose all objects in the dream. This is also superimposition, he says. Between these two errors, between these two mistakes are misconception, superimposition. Which one is superior, which one is inferior? If you ask, it is just like asking 2000 fake 2000 rupee note is superior or fake 500 rupee note is superior. Which one is superior? Normally 2000 is superior now. Both are fake. You cannot talk about one is superior, one is inferior with regard to two fake notes. Clear? 2000 rupees note also fake note. If elections are going on, nariya fake note. 500 rupee note also is a fake note. Fake and unreal, false one. It is not real note. Can you talk about the superiority, inferiority between two fake notes? Which one is superior, which one is inferior? You cannot talk logically, you cannot establish. Correct? Why? Both are fake. How can you talk about one is superior, one is inferior? Around the fake note middle, between them, only the same fake. Adi madri, same way, Jagrata Prapancha Mithya and Swapna Prapancha Mithya, between these two Mithya Prapanchas, which one is superior? In Mithya, with regard to Mithya, there is no superior and inferior. Jagrata Prapancha is superior Mithya. Swapna Prapancha is inferior Mithya. You cannot say. Mithya is Mithya. Unreal is unreal. You cannot say one is superior, one is inferior. How is it possible? How can he say that like that? It is possible. Dvivida Satta Vada, it is a Praudha Vada. It is possible, he says, to defend the Advaitam. He is taking Trivida Satta to Dvivida Satta. For that, lot of examples, Swapna example, Rajya example, he gives in this paragraph. Next point is Drishti Shrishti Vada, this perception, Rajju Sarpa perception, rope snake perception, marriage water perception, Anubhava. It is called Khyati Vada. It is called Khyati Vada. Khyati Vada means in the Khyati Vada also it has got a lot of 4 types of Khyati Vada is there. And Swamiji quotes even physics, Newtonian physics and quantum physics. I am not very well versed in that physics and all, but Swamiji used these words. The post-Sankara people are all like quantum physics like. Newtonian physics means old physics. Trivida Satta is Newtonian physics like. Dvivida Satta is like quantum physics like. Their grand design, the book written by Stephen Hawking, recently passed away, 1 year back something. Stephen Hawking, he wrote a grand design book. They are all very close to these topics, quantum physics. And Nischal and Stephen Franklin, and that means he's quantum physics. Both are looking like friends, the science. So they are also talking about this in a different language, different terms. But so now this perception is called Khyati, rope snake perception. And the perception word is called Khyati. Some technical terms we have to know. Now we have arrived at TSV to DSV. Now this perception Adhyasa is a superimposition. Superimposition means our rope snake example he mentions here in this paragraph. Swapna he mentions here. Before going to that, we have to see this perception is called Khyati. The Khyati Vada is of 4 types. First one is Atma Khyati Vada. Atma Khyati Vada. Khyati means experience or perception, Anubhava. Atma Khyati Vada, number 1. Number 2, Asat Khyati Vada. Asat Khyati Vada. Number 3, Anyatha Khyati Vada. Anyatha Khyati Vada. 4, different theories of error. These 4 names are given for 4 different theories of error. Error itself 4 types. Error is error, mistake. The mistake 4 vidhama. This way our people analyze error, adhyasa, misconception, superimposition is of 4 types. Atmakhyati, Satkhyati, Asatkyati, Akhyati, Anyathakyati. Once again I will repeat. Atmakhyati, Asatkyati, Akhyati, Anyathakyati. Okay, 4 types of, still there is a confusion. Atmakhyati, Asatkyati, Akhyati, Anyathakyati. 4th one. I am not going to explain all this. He is going to elaborate later in another chapter. That time we will see. Now I have introduced these 4 to introduce the 5th one. We belong to Huchikhyati. Vedāntin belongs to Huchikhyati Vada. None of them. We are not talking about either Atmakhyati. We are not talking about Asatkyati. We are not talking about Akhyati. We are not talking about Anyatha Khyati. We have another different Khyati, Anirvachaniya Khyati. We introduce Anirvachaniya Khyati. What is that Anirvachaniya Khyati? 4 Khyatis you have negated. You have not taken any one of them, but you are talking about another new Khyati, Anirvachaniya Khyati. Anirvachaniya Khyati, the Advaita theory of error. Advaitin introduced this Anirvachaniya Khyati. Many systems of philosophies they follow. They introduce that Atmakhyati, Asatkyati, Akhyati, Anyathakyati. But Advaitin theory of error. So different systems have different theory of error. அவங்க தியரி அத்தியாசன்னா இப்படி இருக்கணும், இன்னொரு தியரி வந்து அத்தியாசன்னா இப்படி இருக்கணும். Another philosopher comes, அத்தியாசா is the definition they give different. Now our definition of Anirvachaniya Khyati is the name given to the error. Theory of error is called, in Advaita, theory of error is called Anirvachaniya Khyati Vada. That means a mistake is that in which you cannot categorize whether it is there or it is not there. You cannot talk about that. Whether it is there or not there, you cannot say. Can you say rope snake is there, rope snake is there? You cannot say. Can you say it is not there? You cannot say. Swapna is there, you cannot say. Swapna is not there also, you cannot say. Sat iti na vaktum shakyate. Asat iti na vaktum shakyate. Therefore it is called Sat Asat Vilakshanam. It is neither Sat nor Asat. You cannot say it is real, it is there. You cannot say. You cannot say it is not there also, you cannot say. Two examples, Swapna and Ropsnik. That is called Anirvachaniya Khyati. A mistake is that which cannot come under the category of Sat or Asat category. Sat means existent category, Asat means non-existent category. When you see the rope snake, can it come under existent category? Can you say it is a non-existent category? Also you cannot say, because you have experienced it. In Sanskṛt we use the word, it is not real, satchet na badhyeta. If it is existent, what? Rope snake. Rope snake is existent really, na badhyeta, it cannot be negated. Na badhyeta. Satchet na badhyeta. Rajju sarpaha. Satchet, if it is real, if it is really existent, na badhyeta, it cannot be negated by switch on. You switch on and Rajju Sarpa, if it is real, will it go away? If it is real. Satchet na badhyeta. Therefore, it is not Sat. It is not there. Can you say it is not there? Asatchet, if it is non-existent, totally non-existent, na pratiyeta. It would have not appeared. If it is not there really, totally, it would have not appeared. You could have not seen it, but you have seen that. Rope snake you have seen in semi-darkness. Asachet na pratiyeta. You could not have seen it. You could not see if it is not there totally. Therefore, you have seen, but it cannot be real. Since it is not real, therefore it is not there also, you cannot say, but you have experienced. Therefore, Anirvachaniya Khyati means whatever seemingly appears, that is called Anirvachaniya Khyati. Whatever seemingly appear, it is called Anirvachaniya Khyati. Seemingly existent category, Anirvachaniya Khyati. Seemingly existent category is called Anirvachaniya Khyati. Seemingly existent or apparently existent. Apparently, as though existent. Clear? Seemingly existent or apparently existent category, our rope snake, our dream. Dream comes under apparent category. You cannot say it is totally not there. You cannot say it is totally real also, you cannot say. Therefore, dream comes under Anirvachaniya Khyati. Rope snake comes under Anirvachaniya Khyati. Many examples like that. Shell silver, Anirvachaniya Khyati. Simple. Now Anirvachaniya Khyati no more nenapam. Whatever seemingly appearing, on inquiry it disappears, is called Anirvachaniya Khyati. If you remember, in English one word is seeming appearance, seemingly real, apparently real. That means what? Not absolutely real. What is seemingly real? When you are so beautiful in this saree, in this dress, you are not beautiful if you wear another dress. As good as saying that you are not beautiful. Rope snake is a seeming appearance, it is not real. Dream is also an apparent experience. Apparently existent means it is not real. But you cannot say totally it is not there. That is called anirvachaniya khyati. Now, after coming to this point, what is the next point? You have to look into the portion now. This is the background for a whole Drishti Srishtivada. To Sattavada. Now, let us go to the Rajju Sarpa Swapna Aindra Jaladivat. And the Rajju Sarpa I am going to analyze now. Not whole thing, paragraph. And the Drishti Srishtivada, Visattavada, error theory. Theory of error, not terror. Okay, error. What is that? Now, here, rope snake, whenever you see in the semi-darkness, in twilight, what you see? The object, Vishayaha. Rope snake is called Vishayaha, object. Perception of object. What object you have seen? Rope snake. So the rope snake, Vishayaha is called Artha, object. It is called, seeing rope snake is Adhyasa, superimposition, error. Is it not? Seeing snake upon the rope, it is Adhyasa. What do you mean by Adhyasa? After listening everything, what do you mean by Adhyasa, Swāmini? And if you ask, already we saw the definition of Adhyasa, Ācarya Nischal explained in previous classes. We saw Adhyasa means seeing one thing as other. It's called Adhyasa, simple. Seeing the rope as snake. Seeing something as something else is called Adhyasa. Something else you are superimposing upon something. You are superimposing something upon something else. Where snake is not there, you are superimposing the snake where it is not there upon the rope, sajatiyam. In a long, round. Idella sajatiyam. Sajatiyam is the same lengthy. So I used to bring that rope, it's a palm madre. Irka bag. Sorry, next class I come. So that rope snake you have superimposed upon the rope. This is called Adhyasa. Snake is something, one object, snake object. You are superimposing upon the rope object. This is called Artha Adhyasa. Vishaya is what in this Adhyasa, in this superimposition? What is the object? Object of superimposition is rope snake. This is called Vishaya Adhyasa. Vishaya Adhyasa or Arthadhyasa. It is called Arthadhyasa. Adhyasa is, there are two divisions, Arthadhyasa and Jnanadhyasa. You superimpose the snake upon the rope, number one. Superimposition part number one. Rendu vishayam nadakkum superimposition pannumbodhu. First you superimpose the object, number one. That's the Vishaya Adhyasa. Rope snake is called Arthadhyasa. Vishaya Rupa Adhyasa. Vishaya means object. Rope snake is the object. You have superimposed the snake upon the rope, therefore we call it as rope snake. Inna Swāmini, rope snake anedi vere irukka. Rope snakes anedi kadiyadu. You have superimposed the snake upon the rope. What we have to call it? Rope snake only. Snake ani kupida mudiyade. Rope ani kupida mudiyade. You are not seeing rope as rope. and you are not seeing really snake also, then what do we have to use the word? Rope snake only I have to use. Idu puriyadho? If you see rope as rope, I cannot use rope snake. If you see only snake, I cannot use rope snake. So to use the word rope snake also, what is the condition? Rope irukano, snake irukano, snake drishti. Drishti Srishti Vada. This is called Drishti Srishti Vada. So rope snake. This rope snake is Vishaya Adhyasa. First job is what? I superimpose the snake upon the rope. Then what happens next in the Adhyasana, next part? I get rope snake knowledge. I think it is a snake. Snake knowledge. It is called Jnanadhyasa. Snake Anubhava. Vishaya comes first. Snake you see upon the rope, Vishaya Adhyasa. Vishaya Rupa Adhyasa or Artha Adhyasa. After seeing snake, immediately what vritti you get in the mind? What jnanam, what anubhava you get? Snake anubhava comes. Once the Vishaya snake appears upon the rope, Arthadhyasa, then immediately the vritti comes in the mind, Anubhava, Jnanam, Sarpa Jnanam comes. Sarpa Anubhava comes in the mind. This is called Jnanadhyasa. First part of Adhyasa is Vishayadhyasa. Without Vishayadhyasa, Jnanadhyasa cannot come. So Jnanadhyasa means what? Jnana means Anubhava. Use the word here, Jnanam word. That's why I am introducing now. Jnana means Anubhava. Anubhava means perception. Perception means Khyati. You cannot say rope snake, Sat also you cannot say. Snake is there, Sat you cannot say. Snake is not there, Asat also you cannot say. Therefore, Sada Sat Vilakshana. Rope snake is neither Sat, neither existent nor non-existent. Now, rope snake error comes under Anirvachaniya Khyati. Sada Sat Vilakshanam. Sattum illa, Asattum illa. Irukkaradhe solla mudiyadu, illayanu solla mudiyadu. Existent snake ani solla mudiyadu. Snake non-existent ani solla mudiyadu. Appadi enna sollanum? Sadasat Vilakshanam. Sattuku asattuku apparpattade. Vilakshanam enna? Apparpattade. Veranade. Appo adukku oru word use pannuvom. Different from existent and non-existent. Sadasat Vilakshanam. So Arthadhyasa, Jnanadhyasa. So this is called Rajju Sarpa Arthadhyasa. Rajju Sarpa Anubhava is called Jnanadhyasa. So Jnanadhyasa is always Vritti Rupa. Jnanadhyasa is always in the form of Vritti, in the form of thought. Arthadhyasa is always in the form of Vishaya. Vishaya Rupa Adhyasa, Vritti Rupa Adhyasa. Rendu vidhamana adhyasa. With this background, we have to enter into Drishti Srishti Vada. Okay? Since it exists, I see it exists. These words can be clarified further in the next class. And Swapna also you have to see like this. Like these two examples, you have to see the entire world. Rajju Sarpa padichinde irukkanum. This whole struggle, trying to understand this Rajju Sarpa, Arthadhyasa, Jnanadhyasa, Swapnada, example, what for? To see the entire universe, including your body, mind, also as unreal. To arrive at that, this is the whole foundation. More in the next class. I don't want to exceed the time today. 7 exactly. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.